Detroit Pistons select Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State.
Alright, Pistons fans, so in today's video, we have to talk again about Jerami Grant and his trade rumors, and the rumors are definitely heating up. There's been a lot of new reports out there, a lot of official reports from verified NBA reporters, so it's a real thing. The Jerami Grant trade thing is really gonna happen. We don't know when specifically, but looking at all these reports, it is definitely a real thing. Now, before we get into all of the talks, please make sure you guys like this video. Today's like goal is 100 likes, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also subscribe to my backup channel, The Flash Show Polo. All right, now let's get into this. So first, I'm gonna put this image on the screen. It's from Shams. He's gonna talk about Grant a little bit later in this video. I'll play that clip, but basically it says the Wizards, Knicks, Lakers, Blazers, and others are interested in trading for Grant via Shams. Now I will say that I believe that the Washington Wizards and the New York Knicks are new to this list, because last time I checked, it was only the Lakers and the Blazers who were in the Shams trade reports. But now we have new updated information. Now we have to add the New York Knicks and the Washington Wizards to the list. Very, very interesting with the two teams. We know that the Knicks have a lot of young assets over there since they've been rebuilding for the past few years, and now last year obviously they made the playoffs, and then this year they're in mediocre land, and they're in a position where I feel like they're willing to make a move to add another player to their team. So it's interesting that the Knicks are on the list. And then in terms of Washington, I'm not really interested in them personally, because I don't think that they have much to really offer the Pistons for Grant. And then obviously I've already spoken in the past about the Blazers and the Lakers. Those teams specifically, they're very, very old, so I definitely don't want to deal with those teams as well. But play the clip here of Shams quickly speaking about Jerami Grant and the trade talks of him.
There is significant interest in Jerami Grant. I mean, listen, he's one of the most sought after trade candidates on the market this year. We know about Ben Simmons, the two indie guys, really three indie guys as far as Karis LeVert, Domantas Sabonis, Miles Turner. You have to look at maybe John Collins in Atlanta. There are going to be a handful of trade candidates this year, and Jerami Grant's right up there with them. Whether it's the Wizards, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Blazers, they all have an interest in Jerami Grant. There'll be dozens of more calls coming into the Pistons over the next month. But I would expect the Pistons to be patient because, again, Jerami Grant is hurt. He probably is not going to come back too soon in the lineup. So there's not really an urgency to get rid of him, or really even an urgency from another team to go acquire Jerami Grant. So I would expect this to play out into the trade deadline week and possibly on deadline day.
So yeah, the most important thing for me that he said in that clip is that there is significant interest in Grant, and that he's near the top of the league in terms of players who teams have interest in. So, you know, we always talk about the possible value. What could we get for someone like Grant? According to Shams, he is definitely being sought after, definitely a touted guy. So if multiple teams are interested in him and they really, really want him, his trade value must be pretty high. And I do feel like we can get a pretty solid deal for Grant. That's why I never really settle when teams would be like, oh, you could have this average player in the second round pick. I'm like, no, if there's multiple teams interested in Grant, we got to get more than just a second round pick and an average player. No, we need a young player with potential, or at least a guy who's been proven in the NBA. Please don't try to fleece the Pistons and try to give us an average guy. And then he also said there have been dozens of calls to the Pistons, but the most important thing that I really agree with him on is that he said that the Pistons should be patient. And I completely agree with that. You look at what we just did with Bol, right? We completely waited till all the dust settled, waited to see what other teams would be trying to trade for Bol, and nobody was really interested, or at least they weren't interested enough right now to make the move. So the Pistons, we just sat back, we waited till no one was interested, we called up Denver and we offered them basically nothing, and we got Bol in return. So Troy Weaver, he literally just did what Shams is talking about. So I definitely do believe that when it comes to Jerami Grant, he will sit back, he will take his time, he will look at all possible avenues and wait for the best moment to trade Grant. So that's basically everything, man. So Pistons fans, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know how you feel about the Washington Wizards, the Blazers, the Lakers, the Knicks, all being interested in Grant. And then according to Shams, Grant being one of the most sought after players in the NBA right now. So let me know your opinion on all of that in the comment section below. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Thank y'all for 4K, and I'm out.